No. Yeah, I got this long ride to St. Pete, so I figure I'd jump on a live, see what we get in here. It's Michigan State week, rivalry week, a house divided. You know, Michigan State. Michigan State is just in shambles right now, so it's not like it's a normal Michigan State week, but it's still it's still a rivalry game, but they don't have the horses in Michigan. The way Michigan is playing, it's just not likely it's going to be a good game. You just hope it doesn't turn, chippy. You hope it doesn't turn chippy, but Michigan's going to roll them. It's just the same as all these other games. How long does it take? Does it get ugly in the first quarter, or does it get ugly late second, early third quarter? The only way I think it takes longer to get ugly is if Michigan is pressing and just wants to blow them out in the first quarter, and they're not executing because they're too worried about just giving it to them on one play, on two plays. Now you're gonna have to still have these drives of consistency and executing. It's not just gonna happen all in one play. And besides that, I'm not too worried about it, honestly. But I haven't made my video. I've been thinking about some other stuff, got me sidetracked. But yeah, I'm actually a little. It's really the Ohio State Penn State game that I'm thinking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking about that game for the most part because Ohio State Penn State, that's gonna be a good game. And I think the real matchup isn't Ohio State's offense versus Penn State's defense. I think the real matchup is Penn State's offense versus Ohio State's defense. I think that's the matchup that's going to determine the winner of that game. Because Penn State's offense, it's good, but they don't stretch the field. Like I saw a stat that said they have the least amount of 20-yard plays, I think, in the country. So it's a lot of dinking and dunking and checking it down. And that's problematic even for us. We've been like that in years past. Like, we were kind of like that last year. The problem when you do that is those safeties and those linebackers, whether they're in zone or man, which Ohio State runs a lot of man, they can sit on it. You have to stretch the field. So if Penn State is not trying to stretch the field, or they can't stretch the field, they're going to be sitting on, Ohio State's going to be sitting on stuff, and it leaves you vulnerable to have a real stagnant offense, especially if they slow down the run game. You can become stagnant because y'all ain't stretching the field. So we're sitting on all these hitches and comeback routes and little stuff like that. We're sitting on everything. So when you try to an easy check down that you normally would have had, it gets knocked down, or it possibly can get intercepted. So that's the thing. And Penn State's run game hasn't been as good as people thought it would be. So I wouldn't be surprised if Ohio State's defense kind of shuts them down, maybe, honestly. But you also have to see how good is Ohio State's pass rush. Ohio State hasn't been rushing the passer very well this year, so that's a problem too. But if you just dinking and dunking and you're not throwing down the field, it ain't gonna matter as much, But yeah, that's what I'm thinking about that one. We got you know, I'm ready for Michigan to play somebody because I'm so tired of hearing about this cupcake schedule stuff. I'm just tired of hearing about it at this time. It's gotten old, and you know, I just want to shut them up, honestly. But that's still weeks away. That's still weeks away. That's still weeks away. But also JJ has moved up in the Heisman rankings. I didn't know. You know, I thought some of these dudes had more touchdowns than they do. Penix has like 20 or 22, some in there. I think it's 20. Bo Nix has like 18 or 19. I thought these dudes had like as many touchdowns as Caleb Williams, like 28, almost 30. But they got about as many as JJ does. JJ's got 17 total. And some of these guys, they're around there, 3, 4 ahead of them. That ain't that much. So if JJ can, you know, have some games where he puts up five total touchdowns and 4 total touchdowns, he can probably make up that gap, and also might be able to go ahead of some of these dudes. Honestly, if we keep winning, he might be able to sneak around and get this Heisman the way it's going, because Caleb, they already don't want to give it to a player twice. So if Caleb misses it, if Caleb, that game he had against Notre Dame, that really hurt him, because he was looking boo-boo. He was looking straight garbage. So that's going to hurt him, and they already don't want to give it to him again because they just don't like to do that. So JJ might be able to sneak up and get this one. Honestly, you know, and another player that probably could have had a chance if they would have if they would have used him right. If you would have put Roman on punt return and kick return, he's already got 9 receiving TDs. If you would have put him on punt return and kick return, Roman might have been able to get up in there too. Honestly. You know, he probably wouldn't have had the gaudy yards, but if you're using him at kick return and punt return, as explosive as he is, he probably would have already had a punt return. You know, that's if you know, wanted him to get that shine. I know they don't want him to get hurt. We really can't afford it, but you know, could have put him back there and probably got him up there in the Heisman hopefuls or whatever you want to call it, you know. But this year is a strange year of college football for the most part to me. It's just a lot of parity, thanks to the transfer portal, NIL, of course. You know, there's a lot of parity in this. It's just a win in advance here. We'll see how Georgia does with Brock Bowers hurt. They got a lot of ranked teams left, so we'll see how Georgia makes it. I wouldn't be surprised if Georgia loses a game now. You know, Brock Bowers was their go-to safety blanket. Not to say they don't have talent behind him, but you know, it hurts when you lose a player of that caliber. You know, he's got 2 rings already. I know Georgia fans are thinking he's going to come back. Honestly, why? He's about to go pro. I mean, I know it's the team, but Stu's got probably a lot of money, way more than NIL. I know you can make a nice amount of NIL, but you know, that NFL, that first contract, it could be a grip, you know. So if the smart thing for him to do would probably be to just pack it in and get ready for the NFL draft, honestly. But that's me not being a Georgia fan. If I was a Georgia fan, I'd be like, he's coming back. He got to come back and play. He's a team guy. We need you, Brock. you know. But that's just how it goes. My boy's a North Carolina fan. He think they gonna mess around and get in, which North Carolina has a chance to get to sneak on in here. The rest of their schedule is pretty easy. I think they got to play Clemson, which we saw that Clemson Florida State game. That just ain't a guaranteed win, because Clemson gonna come out there and play some defense, and then they probably have to play Florida State. The Pac-12 is gonna eat each other alive, similar to the Big Ten. Will Penn State be actually get the monkey off their back and beat Ohio State? Will they be able to beat Michigan? And Penn State fans be trying to, well, Michigan and Penn State go back and forth. We did go back and forth, but we've beaten y'all the last 2 years. Same as Ohio State. Boy, I don't want to hear about all that past. Y'all always want to go back to when y'all won. No, go back to these last two when we beat you. Don't go back no further. we got long-term memory loss. After 2 years, we don't remember nothing. Right now, we don't remember nothing after 2 years. If it was longer than 2 years ago, we don't remember. Boy, all we remember is us dominating you and Ohio State. 2020 was the great reset for Michigan. We don't remember nothing. If it's past 2020, if it's before 2020, if it's before 2021, we don't remember it. So y'all just y'all try to go back to that. Boy, we don't remember that stuff. I was arguing with somebody on Facebook. He trying to post pictures of Michigan being sad. Boy, I don't remember that. Posted that stuff. I don't recollect. Posting Sparty when Sparty beat us at the buzzer or punt. Boy, I don't remember that stuff. Get out of here. All I remember Penn State. All I remember is Cade throwing that drag to Eric All and him taking it 50. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that like it was yesterday. That was real nice. And last year, I remember Donovan and Blake running all over y'all. 400 yards of rushing. Boy, we were rushing. We were rushing to the I can't even think of nothing. Long story short, we ran all over y'all. That's all I remember. I don't remember no back and forth no more. Same with Ohio State. Ooh, we used to dominate y'all. Boy, I don't remember that stuff no more. Talking about some Michigan tears. Boy, them tears done dried up. We done beat y'all head in the last 2 years and won the Big Ten. Boy, them tears is gone. If it's any tears, it's tears of joy. What is you talking about? Ain't nobody got no tears from y'all no more. Them days is over. Now, what y'all thinking? Y'all better hope y'all win the game, because definitely ain't no tears. 2021, we had tears of joy when we played y'all. 2022, when we played y'all, we got tears of laughter, like the emoji. We got tears coming out laughing at y'all. What y'all talking about? ain't no y'all don't remember y'all was crying. Boy, I don't remember that. Y'all better go on. They want us to be sad. These folks that got so sad, they talking about these bowl wins. They sad. It really bothers me how sad that these Ohio State fans are, because I'm on Facebook all the time, so I see all these dumb posts reaching for something to hold on to. The bowl record. The bowl. Boy, we done knocked y'all head in. And you talking about a game that we lost that wasn't you. You weren't in that bowl game. You didn't defeat us in that game. I'm not sure how you get some type of bragging rights from it. You know, it's a sad case. They've become real sad, you know. But the college landscape is a fun thing. It's a fun thing, you know. You know, I'm expecting Michigan to dominate this, you know, and I watch like Vance Bedford talk about, you know, the defense and stuff like that, and he says a lot of the stuff I'll say. He says it better than me because he's been coaching for forever. You know, he says it better than me, but a lot of times I see this stuff when I first watch it, you know. Not to say I'm on his level or nothing, because I know I'm not. Dude has forgotten more about coaching than I know, you know. But yeah, but that secondary is still a question mark somewhat, because the quarterbacks we've played are just so trash. Like, like there are a lot of garbage quarterbacks, bro. Like, and I noticed it early. I noticed it like early in the Big Ten schedule that there are a lot of trash QBs. Like, I don't understand where all these mobile quarterbacks, these athletic mobile quarterbacks have came from. They can't hit the broadside of a barn. Like, and these teams are just basing their offense around these dudes that can't throw. Bro, he's like, I get it if a dude is athletic, super athletic, but bro, it gotta be some better passing quarterbacks out there for y'all to pick up. That athleticism ain't making up for not being able to hit the broadside of a barn, bro. Like, come on. But that's the thing. So our secondary really hasn't been tested. But the thing is, when you, and this is the problem, and this is why I was getting on like Keyshawn Harris and Josh Wallace and them dudes, and even Mikey on the outside. You know, he gets a break because he hasn't been playing outside the numbers, but you still been around a long time. You got to, you know, you the leader of the defense. We got to trust in somebody, and it looks like it's you. So you know, Mikey, you know, Keyshawn and Josh Wallace, we playing these lower level subpar quarterbacks. Like, you can't be giving up. You shouldn't be giving up nothing to these dudes. You know, you really shouldn't be giving up that much. But when they do give up something, it's totally blown coverage. Like, oh, he bid on a double move. You know what I'm saying? He's expecting that pass rush to get there so he can sit on a hitch or a comeback route, and it's a out and up or something. It's a hitch and go. It's a sluggo, and dude is beat by 5-6 yards. So it just looks horrible because you're going against a quarterback that ain't that good in lesser competition. So that's the problem where we see it, you know. Even though everybody has some level of talent, but like when they get beat, it's bad, you know. Then with the safety sometime, you know, Rod Moore. And that play, the interception on Rod Moore, somebody came into my comments and said he was out of position. And the play happened so fast. I kind of agree that he was out of position, but the play happened so fast, and Mikey, St. Restill, and Rod Moore, they're both looking at the quarterback, and he gets rid of it, and they notice where he's going. So it's hard to say if he was truly out of position or if they just saw what was going on, and that's why it looked like they were out of position. It's hard to say, but I couldn't disagree with him, because that receiver was in the slot, and he runs to the corner of the end zone, and he's wide open. But by that time, the quarterback had already thrown the ball, so it's hard to tell. But Rod Moore was nowhere to be found over there, so I couldn't disagree with him. And I didn't see. I don't know if Vance talked about that play. Hopefully, maybe Vance will break that play down and we'll have a better, idea. But the safeties are. Keon Sabb is starting to. Injuries are bad, but when you got players that are getting reps that have potential, and Keon Sabb is making the most of it, of the Rod Moore injury early in the season. He's making the most of it. Like, this dude is growing fast. Like, I love to see it, because we know we losing a lot of these dudes, but we need these guys to get reps and game experience. And Keon Sabb he's growing, coming along nicely. Like, you got a pick six last game. This or 2 games ago. This last game, you get another one. You have a couple pass breakups. Yeah, he gave up the touchdown, the lone touchdown on that double pass, but he's making plays. He can learn from that. He can learn from that double pass on that trick play. Like, bro, you the safety. You got to be the deepest man. You're the deepest of the deepest. So he can learn from that. But the fact that he's making plays, finding the ball, wanting to get the ball, that's a lot of pauses right there. I can't play the pause game on the videos because I wouldn't even be able to talk, because I'm always saying something questionable when I just think about it. I'm always saying some ball placement and ball to ball. So I can't play that game, the Cam and Mace pause game. I can't even do it. I wouldn't even be able to make it through no videos. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he's coming along nicely. He's coming along very nicely. I'd like to see, and I honestly, I thought Zeke Berry was going to be the dude to shine first out of those young safeties. I thought it was going to be Zeke Berry. And Zeke Berry's got a lot of potential, and he's going to show up. He's going to show up sooner or later. He's been injured. But I thought he'd be the first one to, start shining. But, that's how it goes sometimes. That is how it goes. But the defense is playing well. Michigan State, the way Kim is hurt, and they got this young dude. I mean, Kim was young, so both of the quarterbacks were young. And these exotic blitzes that they're bringing, sometimes you won't even see. They won't have anybody with their hand in the ground, or it may be one guy with their hand in the ground, and you got 4 and 5 guys around the line standing up. So Jesse Minter is really getting in his bag with these blitz schemes and stuff like that. It's crazy. I'd hate to have to go against that as a quarterback, because it's not just about getting a sack. It's just about confusing the quarterback, where he's like, what the heck am I seeing? Like, what am I seeing here? Like, who's coming, who's not? I don't know. I just got to get rid of this thing. I just got to get rid of it. I don't know what's going on, and that's the main point on those third downs. Just make him get rid of the ball and have him confused to where he has to hold it. He can't diagnose the defense. Can't diagnose the defense pre-snap. That's the thing. I just had a call. I don't know if that knocked me off of here or what, but he can't diagnose the defense pre-snap and see what he's doing. and see where he wants to go with the ball. So that's the number one thing. But yeah, offensively, the offensive line is coming along. It's coming along, but they're still trying to get better, and they still got like a month to get better. That's the crazy thing. Because we got Michigan State, Purdue, and then I think we got a bye week. So these dudes still got a month to get better. Yeah, we still got a month to get better. That's the crazy part. So the offensive line still has a month to gel before big time competition. You know? But one of the things that I think we're gonna see that we haven't seen, and I think it's coming, and I think they did this last year if I'm thinking correct. What they did was, during all these cupcakes and all these teams that with lower level talent, they showed a lot of tight formations. Everything was tight. It's tight formations. You know, and that makes it easier on the defense because it's a tight formation. Everything's condensed. I mean, not condensed, condensed into a small area. But last year at Penn State, they spread it out. They spread it out more. You had wide formations. You had true spread formations where the receivers were very wide to open up more space for Dono and those boys, you know. So I think when it gets around to Penn State, that's what they're gonna do, and they're gonna spread it out. They're gonna spread it out and have those wide formations to create more space for Blake, and to also create more confusion. You haven't seen this stuff from us, so it's gonna be like, okay, what is this? These guys, they're spreading us out. You know, because that opens it up for JJ also. So that's what I think is going to happen with once we play better competition. They're going to spread it out a little bit more, and it's going to be a little more confusing for the defenses because they haven't seen it. They haven't seen us spread it out like that. Am I still good over here? Somebody commented, am I still good? I don't know if that knocked me off of here. But yeah, that's what I think they're going to do. They're going to spread that defense out. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they're going to spread the defense out. And it's going to confuse them because we haven't seen it. We've seen a bunch of tight formations. Everything's tight, bunched up. You know, we've rarely seen four wides. We've rarely seen that or saw that this year. Then last year, and this is why I say this, because last year against Penn State, it was the same thing. We didn't really see spread concepts that much. True four wides and things like that. Where these dudes are way out there. They're like, I saw a set, and it's still, I only saw it against Penn State, I believe, where both doubles, and I was talking to Marcus about this, doubles with both receivers, both sets on each side, all the way outside by the numbers. And I believe that's when Donovan had one of his big runs, but I expect to see that stuff. And those are good sets for us, you know, because our offensive line is, even if they're not on the level of last year, they're still above average. So the fact that you don't have all those guys in the box because you can't have them in the box because you're so spread out, that creates big play opportunities, especially for a guy like Donovan, you know, especially for him, you know. And I was rewatching the Indiana game, because it was on yesterday, so I was watching it, and Dono just his vision, he just don't see it a lot of the times right now, and that's the big problem. He's just not seeing it. Man, he's just not seeing it. It's crazy. Like, I was watching, I'm like, dang, he didn't see that hole, big monster hole, big gaping hole. If he just looks to the left, he don't see it. He running right into the line. I'm like, man, this dude is not seeing it. Just running right into the line on some of those plays. Big gaping hole to the left, my brother. What, you don't see it. But yeah, he's in a funk, you know. When you in a funk, that's the type of stuff that happens. You leave plays on the field because you just don't have the vision you had, you know. But Benjamin Hall, he got that vision. He's seeing the field already. You know, he came in. Yes, it was backups, but dude came in seeing the field like, I'm ready to go. These people in traffic, they think they can just fly to work, and they think people are stopping for no reason. Like, bro, this is a traffic jam. You ain't about to be able to fly in Tampa morning and afternoon traffic. Ain't no flying around. You think you late? Oh, I'm late for work. Well, you better find a different route on the street. You get on this expressway, about to be in a traffic jam. Dude thinking he can fly to work, he about to fly over the bridge. Boy, you about to cause a backup because you about to wreck. But yeah, Benjamin Hall, he's looking like he's ready to go. The same way Mullins came along. And that's how you know it's not the offensive line for the most part. I'll give them some of the blame a little bit, but for the most part, it's just Donovan's not seeing it well, and he's not making guys miss. Because Khalil Mullins comes in looking good when he was before he got injured. Comes in looking good, whether it was early in the game or late in the game. And as the games went on, he was just looking better and better. More comfortable, vision, patience. Benjamin Hall gets in. Vision, patience, you know, breaking tackles. So I can't blame the offensive line, you know, when these other backs are coming in and producing and looking good. It's just, you know, Donovan's in a funk. That's all it is. You know, he in that funk, that P funk. We want the funk, we want that funk. Ow. You know, he in that funk. But yeah, but because even on the touchdown that he got, if Jack Tuttle doesn't get behind him, if Jack Tuttle doesn't, you know, push him into the end zone, basically, I don't think he gets in on that play. He barely got in. Like, it's like when there's all that traffic in there, his legs aren't powerful, and he just comes forward, and, you know, he just loses his legs, and he's done. You know, so it's just like, bro, come on, please. But yeah. But what else? Receivers looking good. You know, I hate the hype that some of these dudes get. And this is why I don't like to get big in recruiting, and this is the next guy. Where y'all boy Darius Clemens at, man? Where your man's Darius Clemens at? It's just like, I hate. I'm like, where Darius Clemens at? This man on the sideline looking with his helmet on, just sitting there. Like, where is this dude at, bro? He had a nice game. He had a nice catch against who was that? Nebraska. Man, we don't see him since. Like, what's going on, bro? You would think, and this is mineral water. This ain't me. This ain't me getting this ain't me getting hammered on the way to work. This is mineral water, sparkling mineral water. This ain't me getting toasted on the way to work. Like, dang, Johnny hate his job. He getting hammered at 8 o'clock in the morning. He might hate his job. Sheesh. But but yeah, Darius Clemens, like, bro, where are you? What is going on? You would think this dude is as big as he is. You would think he would be in there at least for blocking purposes. You know, you would think he'd be getting on the field at least for blocking. But it's like you see this dude every 4 games. You see a Darius Clemens sighting every three games or something. You get a Darius Clemens sighting. Besides that, it's like, bro, I don't know if he's dinged up or what, but he looked like he had a permanent spot on that bench on Saturday. Like, boy, it's chilly out here. I ain't getting up. I ain't rooting for y'all or nothing. I'm planted here on the bench with my helmet on, trying to stay warm. That man had a permanent spot on the pine. Peyton O'Leary, and I told y'all, I said it after the spring game. I said, do y'all expect to see Peyton O'Leary during the season? I was like, I don't. Because every year, somebody in the spring game shows out, and we never hear from them again. He's never heard from again. This dude is on the missing, the carton of milk. He's missing. You know what I'm saying? So it's some good stuff in there, bro. It's like, this man is getting hammered. Everybody getting hammered at 8 in the morning. I don't know about little Johnny. Little Johnny getting hammered. What's going on? We winning, bro. Put the bottle down. we winning now, man. But yeah, some of these dudes, you know, I just don't understand I just wish we could really get inside of practice and know what's missing from a dude like Darius Clemens. You know what I'm saying? From what I've heard from like Sam Webb and these dudes, is like, it's consistency. I guess it's consistency, you know, whatever that means. Cornelius Johnson is still Cornelius is still in the game. You know what I'm saying? So we getting some type of is it consistency? Is it? Because CJ is still starting, you know, so I guess that's just how it goes. All we can do is hope that this dude gets it together at some point. At some point or time, we just gotta hope that Darius Clemens can come along, you know. And I know injuries has hurt a lot of these dudes this year. Omarion Walker, he's finally back playing, you know, playing when the game is over. But he's out there, you know, getting back into it. But, you know, injuries has hurt a lot of these dudes' progress, especially going against these cupcakes. Because whether you were fourth string wide receiver or fifth string wide receiver, you would have gotten to play and you would have gotten snaps and reps. But you hurt, you don't get no reps. You know, against these cupcakes, those would have been great reps. Just like Keon Sabb, he got those reps, and now it's starting to pay dividends. He's making big time plays. You know, made a big time mistake too, but you know, that's part of the learning process. But yeah, those dudes, they lost a lot of reps that dudes like Peyton O'Leary, you know, Darius Clemens, even Benjamin Hall, CJ Stokes. Where is CJ Stokes, y'all? Is CJ Stokes is hurt? I'm pretty sure he's hurt. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen him on the injury reports that we get right before the game. Those injury reports. CJ Stokes. CJ Stokes has a lot of promise if he can stay healthy and stop not fumble. That doggone Weatherspoon, man, that dude is a beast. Weatherspoon for Illinois, he's on Seattle now. That dude is a beast, man. It's just some players are just good at everything. It ain't a lot of them, but some of these dudes, they're good at everything. Tackling, blitzing, playing safety, playing corner. Like, it don't matter. This dude is good at everything. He's good at zone coverage. He's good at man coverage. He don't care. He's just a great football player. CJ Stokes ain't recovered from that dude hitting him. He ain't been the same since. That man has not been the same since Witherspoon in Illinois. It's crazy. That man knocked him into being a bad football player. But I mean, I ain't gonna say he bad because we ain't really seen him. He's been injured. That's the real story. He's just been dinged up. You can't get better if you're hurt. Like, you can't get better. Especially as a young player, you need that development. A player like Donovan, junior year, he got hurt, he comes back, division, everything you built up last year. But this is the real crazy part with Donovan. This is the crazy part to me. You did all of that with one hand and your knee torn up, and a torn up knee. That's insane that that he did all of that while being injured. And then, this year he's just struggling, just struggling in the run game. The pass game, he's doing his thing, He's contributing. Just like, I know some people want to see more of Donovan in the pass game, but you don't want to just show too much of that, because I know they got a lot of packages and sets for him when we get to Penn State, Maryland, and Ohio State. I know they got a lot of stuff in the passing game for him when we get to that. But we've seen it a lot. We've seen it quite a bit. It's just sometimes he's a decoy. Sometimes the play's not designed for him to get it. It's just for him to be out there because the defense is going to account for him. Okay, what are they going to throw it to him? What's going on with this guy? So it's not always for him. The play's not always designed for Donovan to get it. Sometimes he's just a decoy out there, But I guarantee they haven't went deep into that package yet, I guarantee that. But yeah, the offense is coming along. I just like to see some of these other players. But Carmelo English looked good. Samaj Morgan, hungry. Some of them young dudes are hungry. They want it bad, and that's good. That's good, because most of our veteran players are hungry this year because they know what's on the line. They're trying to get to that. We're trying to win the Big Ten, beat our rivals, win the Big Ten, and win a championship. So they're hungry for the ultimate goal. But you need those young dudes to be hungry to contribute. That's what you need. So you got the old veterans plus the young hungry dudes. Now you got because you got a full team. You know what I'm saying? You need those dudes hungry to contribute. I don't care what I gotta do. I just want to get out there and contribute on this team. You know, so that's good to see that those dudes are just hungry to get out there and help this team win. No matter what it is, however you gotta do it. I promise I I promise I ain't getting hammered out here, man. Sometimes when I'm driving around, I'm like, people probably think I'm getting hammered. Like I just got a 40 ounce and I'm just getting toasted. It's water, man. Like this dude is getting hammered, man. What's going on with this dude? Is it that bad, brother? Is it that bad, brother, man? What is going on? It can't be that bad, brother. It can't be. But no, you know, that's what you need. The young with the old coming together to accomplish something great. On punt return. Don't get the switching guys back and forth. Consistency. Why, you know, just leave him back there. Are we losing connection? I'm on top of the bridge. I'm on top of this St. Pete bridge, so the connection is probably bad because, you know, I'm on top of this bridge. But I guess I'll get off of here since the connection is going out. But I appreciate y'all joining me for the live. You know, like, share, subscribe, and as always, go Blue.